You've probably seen other modular gaming tables. With modular gaming tables, they are permanently set in. With that, it does come with a couple of different problems. You can't clean them as easily. It doesn't give you access to anything that falls inside of the table. Unlike that, we are actually one of the first and only people to be able to make a table that the interior raises and lowers. Right now, it is set up at its highest setting, goes 1.25 inches above the surface. So this will give you an opportunity to flip around any of these panels. They are reversible. So there is hydrophobic suede on one side, hardwood on the other. So if you're trying to get a kind of more of a multi-surface game playing to go on, you can have 2 people playing Magic at one end, you can have a full D&D session at the other. This is also hydrophobic suede, so it's not the end of the world if somebody accidentally spilled something onto it. It's not going to hold any sort of food particles, grow bacteria, or mold. The finish on the table itself is also a catalyst varnish, which means that it's heat resistant, so if you put a hot cup of coffee onto the table, it's not going to leave a ghost ring. If you accidentally spill something, it's not going to hold any moisture inside the actual pores of the wood. Now, we do have a way to actually set this inside of itself. So when it is sinking in, feel free to play with or remove any of the accessories on the end. They're completely removable. They're attached with magnetics. We have a magnetic rail system on the outside and the inside of the table. So you can even take these off, put them on the inside for easy storage. If you have kids running around, or if you want to make it a little bit more accessible for somebody in a walker or wheelchair, you can take any of these off, including the crank. So you can actually take it off, make it a little bit more of an incognito table if you want the duality of a dining room table and a gaming table. You can actually hide the fact that it's a gaming table. So while we're talking about being able to conceal the fact that this is a gaming table, there are full-length table toppers that I can throw on for you. With these guys, there are rubber stoppers on the ends. They basically act as anchors. So when you're putting this on, it'll hold everything in space. So if you accidentally hit it with another piece, it's not going to slide off. It actually anchors and keeps everything in spot. So if you were to build this all the way across the table, you can spill an entire gallon of water onto the table without it ruining anything underneath. So you can have your laptop in here, your character sheets, books, board games, anything like that. Or even if you're somebody who works from home, you can have all of your paperwork in here and it's not going to get damaged. We've done a whole ton of different trials on it, anything from water, juice, wine, beer. So you can really do about anything on this table, live a normal functional life. Accidents happen. You don't have the table toppers on, again, it is hydrophobic, so it's not the end of the world if somebody spills something. Same thing for either of our seats. Anything that is upholstered is also hydrophobic. So if you have Cheeto dust on your hands and you wipe it on the seat, it's totally fine. It's not going to stain, it's not going to actually hold any sort of bacteria in it. As far as any of our accessories, we do have a couple out here on the table, but any of our accessories are interchangeable. So even something on another table can be put onto this one of these can be put onto there, and vice versa. So we have player desks, we have specifically DM inserts. So if you are trying to be a lazy man like me, you don't want to build out the entire section of the table, but you want a hard surface to work on, we've thought of that. This guy right here is called our master shelf. And although it isn't magnetic, it does slide into our magnetic rail system. So if you want a hard surface to work off of, but you don't want to build out the entire table, you can have your DM sit here, have a DM screen up, put out your character sheets, any of your books for references. You can still have a nice hard surface to work off of while still having the table reseated. Do you guys have any other questions or anything so far?